Boy, do I have a deck for you today. Normally, I'd say it's a bad idea to try out decks you've seen on YouTube, since the gem cost can lock out most free-to-play players if they don't like how the deck plays or understand how it works. That being said, the normal and rare rarity festival is still ongoing, so I will encourage you to try out this one. The deck I'm talking about today is my favorite jack of all trades, master of none deck, the Sharks. It has multiple different combos that can create full board card advantage. It also has the ability to OTK quicker and easier than any deck I've seen so far. And its best feature is that popping a torrential reborn after your opponent tries to nuke the field with torrential tribute is easily one of the most enjoyable moments I've had in MasterDuel this season. So, I won't waste any more time. Let's jump in with the combos and the deck list. And here we have the deck list. In this deck we are running 2 nimble mantas and 1 nimble angler. These three cards go straight into your OTK by overlaying into cat shark, which doubles the attack of gagagaga samurai, which can attack twice, dealing a total of 8,100 in one go. Left hand shark's a little bit of a garnet when you get it into the hand. That's why we play 2 of him and 1 glacial beast polar penguin. That way, even if we have 1 left hand shark, we can still special summon it and glacial beast polar penguin to overlay into super quantum mech beast granpulse and virtual world shell Jaja. 3 silent anglers just for a simple special summon. 2 white stingrays. Use the white stingrays to send either left hand shark or nimble anglers to the graveyard. 3 right hand sharks, obviously for the XYZ plays that you can do, but also to get left hand into your hand. Lantern shark, really good for special summoning. Buzzsaw shark, which can then activate its second effect to bring out lifeless, which can activate its next effect to ban it, to send to the graveyard 1 card, which can run into your OTK. So we run 3 of him, 3 of him, 3 of him. Fissure is also a really good spell card. Love Fissure. It's a classic OG Yu-Gi-Oh card. This deck has a problem with draw power. So, White Mirror and White Fish allow for recycling and adding cards to your hand. Lifeless Leafish does this to a lesser extent. When it's in the graveyard, it can send 3 cards back to your deck and then draw 1 card, but you do need 3 monsters in the graveyard. Then we have 3 of the staples, MST and Torrential Tribute, 3 of each of these. We also run 2 Paleozoic Dinomiscuses. Again, his effect is really powerful for sending left hand shark and nimble angler to the graveyard. And the best card in the deck, in my opinion, is Torrential Reborn. Having this card in your back row, basically, it allows you to full nuke your own board with Torrential Tribute, or be nuked by your opponent's Torrential Tribute and not have to fear actually having no monsters on the field, because Reborn will special summon all water monsters that have been destroyed by battle or card effect back to the field. So it's a very good card, very important for this deck. I tried playing it with 3. I didn't find it as useful as, you know, some of the other cards here, but it does have a lot of value. In the extra deck, we have Cat Shark and Crumble Logo. And we have these for Nimble and Angler overlay plays. We have, obviously, the 2 level 3s. Our rank 4s are Black Ship of Corn, which is really good for, you know, destroying 1 monster on the field. It's essentially a Fissure, but with a cap of 2,100 attack. Gagagaga is really good for... I personally only use him for my right hand and left hand shark plays. Then you have a monster that can't be destroyed by spell or monster effects, as well as battle damage. And since it has no effect, it doesn't need to overlay one of them off to the graveyard. Masquerade, probably one of my favorite up-and-coming monsters. I love how it you can activate its effect 3 times in one turn and deal 800 damage each time you activate it. And then at the end of your turn, or at the start of your turn, you can activate a secondary effect that doesn't require a removing an XYZ material, and it just sends the top card of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. Really powerful, really good. Rhapsody also syncs with Gagagaga Samurai. The 2 real boss monsters of this deck are Gagagaga Samurai and the Risen, mainly because they're what pretty much everything in the deck focuses on getting out. Diamond Crab King. I use him as a first turn, going first, beat stick, chuck him in defense position. Never summoned Super Quantal Mech Beast Ouroboros. I've never really found the need to turn someone into face down defense position, but it is theoretically a powerful card. The Malevolent Sin and the 7 Sins combo. It's a classic for this festival. Then we also run a Cross Sheep and the Geonator Transverse. Both of them are staples in this format as well. Geonator is really good. It's like a change of heart, but permanent. Really like that. Yeah, the only issue with Geonator is that the monster, you do have to have 3 cards, 2 to summon it and then 1 to swap with your opponents, which is a pretty steep feat when you could, 3 monster into any of the other XYZs, but sometimes it's necessary, so it is a good card to have. But realistically, that is all there is to say about the deck, so it's easier to show you than it is to tell you how it works, so I'll swap on to the replays.